Would you like an effective step-by-step guide to an online presence in simple English? The way I can explain this is, if I'm somebody that's looking for a product or service and it is totally unknown to me, I'm outside of my depth, but I know I need it. For example, the lady you see here, she could be a small business owner and she's very well aware she needs an effective online presence, but she doesn't know anything about it, the jargon, the technology. It is all intimidating for her. An example I can give you personally. At present, I'm looking for somebody to do work on the roof. Now, I know that I am out of my depth. I'm not familiar, and I've got to go and get people to come in and do quotations just like this lady on work, and I've got to be able to substantiate that this is correct, that what they're doing is going to be really what I need. I'm not going to be overcharged, overpriced, no types of guarantees. They disappear and I'm stuck with a bigger problem than what I started out with. This is what I call the fear of the unknown. Now, it seems so logical. You would think it would just be, people would just think of this immediately. Instead of thinking about themselves and talking about themselves, what they do is create, if it's a business card or an online presence, their website, it's just treated like it's a resume or a curriculum vitae. They're just talking about themselves. They're not answering the objections of somebody like me or somebody like her. Now, otherwise you have to go trawling through internet searches. You've got to go and find out review websites, to go through all these obstacles. What if it was all given to you right on the very same place where you're finding out about the person? For example, I was again looking for somebody to do some manual work. So I, by default, which is what your potential customers are going to do, they're going to search Google. And I saw this fellow that was coming and doing the work, had great reviews. He was wanted by the police. And that immediately changed everything. How can I trust somebody like that? Because you are judged in an instant. And you can be brought down very quickly. It takes a while to build a reputation, and it can take an instance to destroy it. So this is the fear of the unknown, and also leads to overcoming objections. So if you can imagine, whether it's building a website or getting some roofing work done or any manual work done to your property, and you're totally outside of your league of comfort, what are you going to do to bring me back into a comfort zone that I feel good about? Are you giving me the things that I really need to know? Those reviews, those testimonials, answering the objections. What if the worst case scenario happens? Are you answering those questions? Are you making me feel at ease? And I get people saying to me, oh, people in the industry, they already know what we do. And I said, yeah, but what about, what makes you any different? Because he was using a lot of technical jargon, assuming that Google and the person looking knew exactly what they were talking about. I said to him, why would I do business with you over anybody else? Because all you're doing, therefore, is coming back to price and who is the cheapest. So don't assume anything. You cannot assume with Google. He was not anywhere to be found on the search engines, but he thought he had everything in place. And the problem is that we have got this thing up here, whether you're a website developer or you're somebody in the building industry or somebody doing whatever you do, and you assume people know what it is that you do, how you're going to do it. I want to know how it's going to be done. Quite often they just give me a quotation. Wouldn't it be nice if I had some blogs there, some videos, some information of how, not only what you do, but how you're going to solve my problem, How long am I going to wait? What are the typical things that I should be expecting through the process? What are you expecting from me? I've already, off the top of my head, come up with a few challenges, objections, questions that I know many people are going to ask, and yet most people do not answer any of them. They hope that over a phone call, if I give you a ring for whatever reason I'm going to pick you over somebody else, it's all going to make sense over the phone. You need to do some preparatory work, and that's why I say, in simple English, make it easy to navigate. Integrate social media and make what you're doing effective and affordable so it runs for you, it works for you. Thank you very much for joining me on this video report. My name's David Lee.